Have you been wanting a braided bob, but your hair is too long and you don't want to cut your hair for it? Don't worry, I got the solution for you. I achieved this bouncy braided bob using nothing but human hair feather crochet. It's super easy and beginner friendly, so let's get into it. Today's video is brought to us by Ywigs. They sent me over 4 packs of their water wave feather crochet in 12 inches. This hair is super soft, super full, super bouncy. The curls and the pattern is just perfect for a bob, whether you're going to do a full curl or if you're just going to do boho. This is feather crochet, which means it's tied together with a very small thread, and it also means that you can reuse this hair. Although I would have loved to do a full head of miracle knots for this look, the back of my hair is just too long for it to work for the length of a bob that I was going for. So instead I'm doing miracle knots in the front and a traditional crochet in the back. This is the pattern. I prefer to go straight back so that it lays flat at the top. For the front, y'all know I always like to pre-part. I just do 5 sections on each side of the head and then I break it down from there. So actually my initial plan was just to do traditional miracle knots in the front, but when I tell you it had been a long week, it had been a long week. And I immediately was like, you know what? Let's just go the braidless way. I do not care one way or another if you can see these rubber bands or not. It's all gonna blend in. Nobody's gonna care. My hair, my choice. So yeah, if you're a girly that just got fine hair and or you just ain't got the grip game, just rubber band that section, girl, you'll be fine. Now this is feather crochet. You know I'm gonna reuse this hair. So I didn't want to cut too much of it. So when I started installing in the back, I started a little bit higher right there at the top of my ear. Crocheting at the back is pretty self-explanatory. I use the one-sided loop method. However you do it is just fine, but I will advise you whenever you are doing a full crochet pattern in the back, make sure that you can find that last braid. Why? Because when you can't find that last braid, you may very well have to cut some pieces off to find it. So I made sure that I completed the last braid in the middle of my pattern and I knew exactly where to pull it out. Being able to unravel from your last braid allows you to just unravel the braid, and then as you're unraveling it, the feather crochet will fall out with it. It just makes the takedown process so much easier. For this entire look, I used 4 full packs of the hair. For the back, I installed 2 packs, and I believe there are 50 strands per pack. If you've seen my previous videos, you know I have installed my feather crochet all the same way. I use the one-sided loop method. Just pull it through once and then pull one in through that loop and it is good to go. This part might have took me 45 minutes, so let's get into the front. Now before we move forward, let's be clear about something. If your natural hair in the front is longer than the length of the bob that you're going for, this is probably not the style for you. Your natural hair has to stop shorter than where that bob is going to stop. If your natural hair is longer, then you may need to do a traditional crochet all over, or you can do leave out braids at the top. You also do not have to keep the rubber bands in like I did, so let me show you how to feed the hair in. First, you're going to need 2 pieces of the feather crochet, and you're going to take those 2 pieces and you're going to crochet them through the root of your section. You should have 4 individual pieces. I'm going to separate one from the other 3, and then I'm going to gather those 3 and attach those to my section. Whether you split this section into 2 or 3 is up to you. It really just depended on the density. The more dense my hair was in these sections, I split it into 3. The more fine it was, I only split it into 2. But now that you have all 3 together, you're just going to braid those 3 sections all the way down. If you're using braiding gel or pomade or grease, you'll want to limit how much you use on the feather crochet, because you know once you get it on that hair, there's only one way to get it out. To minimize product getting on the hair and only on the braided sections, I only put it on my thumb and my index finger, and I only use it for the braiding portion of it. Adding the hair like this adds structure to the braid itself. If I relied on the strength of my natural hair alone, it would not hold very well. I also did not feel the need to knot this hair at the end because the hair is curly. As long as I went about an inch past my natural hair length, I didn't have to worry about it unraveling. And then once I finished the braid off, I just filled in the sections with some of the crochet hair. If you know how to feed in hair, by all means do so. I was able to do that for myself, but I wanted to show this method for all of my DIYers at the house. I was also very intentional about putting the individual pieces up a little higher so that the ends of the hair would stop where the bob did, because remember, I didn't want to cut too much of this hair. And here's another look at how I did that. You're going to insert 2 pieces, split off 1 so you have 3 full pieces to work with. Then you split the natural hair into 3 pieces and attach it to each one of those legs. The number one question I've been getting on Miracle Knot videos is, how do you take them down? It is super simple, you guys. Just unravel the braid. Once you unravel the braid, everything just falls out with it. This is also one of those styles where you kind of have to get it right the first time. If you mess up and crochet something in wrong, the only way to get it out is to unbraid that braid or that section that you crocheted on. So technique is key, guys. For those of you who are following along, I'm going to demo this one more time, but if you want to skip to the end, I'll put a timestamp here. So that completes the final look. I actually did this on the first night of the ice storm, so I was pretty busy inside. Took me about 3.5 hours to complete, start to finish. I didn't use any braiding hair for this, so I'll likely get a good 6 to 7 weeks of wear out of it. When it's time to take it down, I can save this hair, wash it, and reuse it for another style. As always, if you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and share it with a friend. Special thanks to our friends over at Ywigs for sponsoring today's video. Everything you need about this hair will be listed in the description box below. If you're new here, we're really close to 400K, so make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!